Los Angeles Rams are world champions. A Lombardi trophy for Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Rams are world champions. A Lombardi trophy for Los Angeles.
What is up, my Remedia fans of the defending NFC West champion Rams? I hope everyone's having a great Sunday evening. Sorry for the delay getting everything together. I hope everyone's having a great night. Like I said, thank you guys for joining me in another edition of the Remedia Sports Report LA Rams Sunday night edition. So we got some news on Matthew Stafford, Alaric Jackson. Matthew Stafford has a sore back. That's not the best news, but it's not. It's very. It's not what we want to hear. You know, we want Matthew Stafford to get every rep. You know, him and Devontae at OTAs were hooking up. The passing scheme. What I mean is the passing was going great. Devontae Adams was on some of those throws. I've told you guys how he was. Matthew Stafford reminded him of prime Aaron Rodgers. There were some of those throws, and some of the throws, they have to get used to each other. And some of the throws he wasn't expecting to get, and he's got to be ready for it. And so it's very unfortunate that he is not able to go right away. Let me set up my chat here. But that is what it is. We're gonna be okay as far as the quarterback situation. Matthew Stafford is the engine to the car, to the Super Bowl run car. That's going to be the main thing that we have there going on. So the team is all going to go as long as Matthew Stafford can take us, and the other guys are the second part of the deal, because Matthew Stafford is the engine that can take us. And so, that's what we need to do with him there. And so, but he's going to be fine. The good news is Jimmy Garoppolo's been looking pretty decent at camp. Stetson Bennett's made some good throws. They're getting more reps in camp. But Matthew Stafford, it's going to be, at first they were saying he was going to practice Monday, tomorrow. He would be back, and then then McVay, I have a clip of that, said, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that. They're kind of taking it day by day, because there's no reason to sugarcoat it. We all understand that Matthew Stafford is the most important piece. But like my guy Stockton says, he's worried about it. That's okay. I don't like it, but I'm not worried about it, because to me, why or not, I sometimes wish I was out there. I told you guys before, I would love to get a press pass or on the field, but I would love to just be like, Matt, how did you, and I would start it like this, as an older dude myself, did you wake up out of bed a little sore? I know it's probably nothing to worry about, but did you get sore? Did you sleep wrong, or what's going on with that? Because he was fine in OTAs. We didn't get any information. They don't want to also overdo it with season tickets and stuff. You don't want people to get scared. The NFL is a business, but the good news is he didn't take a big hit. He didn't take a big hit, and that's why he's hurt, right? So it's just aches and pains, and maybe he was going putting a little bit too much mustard right now, but I don't foreseeing it being a problem. If you remember, though, too, I understand what Stockton's thing is with Matthew Stafford worrying about it, is because that's one of the problems that we had when we got the wide receiver Robinson, he was sleepwalking through the whole time, but also too, Matthew Stafford was coming off of a horrible injury to his back, and people were like, he might retire, and he didn't get a chance to get the report that he could have, and then we came out of the gate flat, and then we're never able to get Allen Robinson, who's what I'm trying to talk about. We were never able to get Allen Robinson going, but that's part of the deal where you get guys opened up and ready to go. But I'll keep you guys abreast on the news and information about that. The one thing too I did want to say is, I kind of have bypassed Troy Reader. He's still there. I was just hoping that maybe Omar Spates and Omar Spites and Omar Spates is his name, but I want to say Spites, in spite of him, Omar Spates and the new guys coming in, Sean Dolick might have a chance to get some playing time. Chris Paul Jr., Pooh Paul. So we have two veteran linebackers. We have Nate Ledman, who's been looking great in camp. Reportedly, he's got the green dot. And then you have Troy Reader. I'm sorry if Troy Reader's still there. When I say that Nate Landman is the new Troy Reader, well, look, they already gave him the green dot. That's what it looks like. I haven't seen it myself, but I've just heard reports. And then the other guy will probably be Omar Spates because he's been there for, he's got a year under his belt. But to me, you have Nate Landman there. He's been punching some balls free and doing his thing. I'm looking comfortable with, and Chris Shula's defense. And either way, it's going to be an upgrade from last year because, that's one of the things. Did the haste to remove Ernest Jones from the lineup right before the season started last year, did that make Saquon Barkley look more like Eric Dickerson in those two games that we played? Could Ernest Jones have gotten in the way of a couple of those plays where he took it to the house, especially in the playoffs? Could he have just gotten in the way or made him turn into somebody, or maybe grab onto him and somebody comes and tackles him before he gets in the end zone? Because that was the key. He got two breakaway runs, and that's 14 points, so maybe in the haste of Sean McVay getting rid of Ernest Jones, if we would have just, kind of sucked it up and kept Ernest Jones in the locker room and playing for us, maybe he would have been in the way of some of those plays. You don't stop a Saquon Barkley, but you can hinder him and you can make him turn into somebody else. So, but the problem is we had an inexperienced linebacker in Omar Spates. Roseboom got hurt, and so could we have done better in that playoff game with an Ernest Jones, a Super Bowl champion Ernest Jones with experience? He's a halfway decent and more athletic linebacker that we were using. Omar Spates is an inexperienced player from last year's first year. So, I always just wondered that, but, we put that in our rearview mirror. And so as long as we are improved from last year in the linebacker situation, and the secondary too is, even though we didn't get Jalen Ramsey, we got a lot of depth. I got a video too from JB, Rams commentator and Rams announcer, and about that. We have pretty good depth on there. So we'll get into that too. It's a full show. I appreciate you guys joining me this Sunday night. But yes, indeed, baby. Let's get right into it. Socrates, what do you make of this injury? More of it. I just, like I said, I think, it's not ideal for sure. It is not ideal for sure. I don't like that he's injured. That's not the way we want to start out. We want to make sure that we hold on, let me fix this here. Where's my that's not how I want to stand out. Devontae Adams is new. He was already talking up Matthew Stafford, and he was stoked. And so, I do not like this at all. I do not like that he's not playing, but it's just a thing where, it is what it is. He's a 37-year-old quarterback. He's going to have aches and pains. The good news, though, like I said, is that I'm seeing what I thought I had this set up here. Hold on. The good news is I thought that is that he'd be back by Monday, like they were saying. But Sean McVay hasn't. He said he's going to tell you that he thought that maybe he shouldn't have said that. But it sucks for us that we're going to go. Besides him not playing, it sucks for guys that are going to training camp. And Stockton, I know it's. I was trying. I don't. They're not my tickets. They're my nephew's tickets. And for the training camp, are you available for Wednesday or Friday? Is that the last day? Friday? Let me know, because I can at least swing. I don't know if I'll be able to meet you there for Friday or Thursday. Let me know what day is available. I know it's short notice, but they're not my tickets, and he wasn't sure what was going on. So let me know. Just text me. I might not even be able to go. If I go, it'll have to be on Wednesday, and I don't know how many extra tickets he has for Wednesday. So I'll try to see if you're available on Wednesday. Let me know. I'll see if we can swing it where I can meet you there. But yes, indeed. Let's see. I don't know about that font. I'll just leave it. Hold on. Tucker says, I don't like it at all. I don't either. My guy, try Bang Bang Last Place Gang. How you doing, man? My guy, OG Willie Bowen. Hi, Rudy. What's the update on the Rams' new uniforms? We'll get to that, OG Willie Bowen. So I reported on my a lot of people, I actually put kind of maybe put the cart before the horse. I kind of said that black uniforms are to the effect like black uniforms are already determined or something, but maybe not. Hold on. Hold on. There's reports that maybe they're navy blue, like midnight blue or something. We'll get into that. Also, too, I got a special bonus for you, Willie Bowen. Hold on. My little itch in my nose. OG Willie Bowen. I got a catch by your guy Xavier Smith from Stetson Bennett, right on the money, baby. I'll get that to you in a little bit. Willie Bones says, "What's up, One Kelly Ram? How you doing, brother?" Willie Bones says, "What's up?" Yes, indeed, love it, love it, love it. One Kelly Ram says, "Ain't no thing. Glock and 17 are working behind the cameras." Yeah, that's the thing. They're veteran, but they'll be fine in time for for the regular season. But we'd love for them to be right now. But listen, Matthew Stafford's not coming off of somebody hitting him or an injury like that. He's got a sore back. Okay. How many of us have woke up with a sore back? They just don't want to exacerbate it because, I'm going to change this font. It's bothering me. I'll just leave that one. There we go. So, that's just something that we have to deal with, but it is what it is, man. That's the best quarterback in the NFC, in my opinion, and he's the quarterback that can take us home once we get to the playoffs. But yes, indeed, I agree with you. When Clarence says, "Order Big Willie," yes, indeed. Soccer says, "This is the last way I wanted to start the year." I know, and then not just him, Alaric Jackson. So the blood clot thing, he's working out on the sidelines. He's not going to be practicing and doing reps with the team and scrimmages and stuff, but he's working on the sidelines. Things are looking good. With him, Matthew Stafford will be working out for hopefully only the middle of this week. Maybe if he goes to the middle of this week and he's not playing, I put like a week and a half for him. They'll just probably hold him out for the rest of the week. That'll be 2 weeks, and then now sometime in the next following week he'll get some more reps with passing and stuff. Stockton says, "I guess Garoppolo going to have to win ring in Santa Clara." And Jimmy Garoppolo, he can make some throws. We make fun of him because we're a Rams fan and he was a Niner, but he can make some throws. But also, too, he's got Sean McVay with him. So you know how like you kind of walk through a dark alley and you have a tough dude behind you, or somebody makes you confident. That's Sean McVay in a nutshell, man. Sean McVay. Everyone, eyes on the screen. Sean McVay, the Aaron Donald GOAT of the man's living the life. I mean, handsome fella, in shape, gorgeous wife, Super Bowl champion in Los Angeles. I mean, the man is only a little less than, I think a little less or right at 2 years older than Matthew Stafford. But look at my man is yoked. Check this out. Hold on. AD, the GOAT, Aaron Donald, there he is in France on a trip and vacation earlier in the year with his wife, beautiful wife. Aaron Donald of the GOAT of head coaches, man. The man's living the life, living the dream. So, you got to tip your hat to our coach, man. That's our coach, baby. That's our coach, Sean McVay. The people are offered him millions of dollars to go be a uh, 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 announcer for their telecast, or Amazon was offering him the world, and he's like, nope, I got some more rings to it. I got some more rings to win. So, but yeah, I saw that clip. I was like, this dude here, because you can see that he's in shape, but you're like, God damn, this dude been doing Aaron Donald, and then back to working out. I got another clip, a funny clip of Jared Verse talking about, I didn't know it was like that when it comes to Aaron Donald and his challenge for working out. I love this team, man. There's a bunch. Back to where it was, where we used to have record crowds in the LA Coliseum, 100,000 fans at the LA Coliseum when the Rams first came to Los Angeles. And a lot of the Remilia, when they went to St. Louis, our Remilia in St. Louis, God bless them, they took care of our Rams very good for the fans of St. Louis. They're still part of the Remilia. But when they left to St. Louis, it was always loyalty over location. We stayed Ram fans, even though the woman who shall be nameless kept rubbing it in, And I remember when we won the Super Bowl, she was like, I knew that we won. We made the right decision. She was older by then, you're supposed to say, Ram fans all around the world, this is for you. Not like twist the knife, but she was older by then, and, so that's one reason. But then also, too, I'm just saying that because a lot of Ram fans that saw the fearsome foursome, Roman Gabriel, or even before that, the old timers that saw Curly, Crazy Legs Hirsch and Norm Van Brocklin and their family members, they passed on. And well, they're in St. Louis. There's a lot of teams to choose from. And, so, but that's just the way that goes. So we just got to rebuild the fan base. A lot of people were very bitter when they left to St. Louis, and the way they did it, like a thief in the night, St. Louis stole the team. The officials, not the fans. It's not the fans' fault. But yeah. Shock 42 says, yeah, I don't like these early injuries, but it could be worse. Yeah, man. I mean, there's people coming out, losing your quarterback for the league for the year. The Titans quarterback, Will Levis, our little brothers up north in Santa Clara, they're on the bunch of guys on the PUP list. They're literally they're bringing in 6 players to work out and try out to see who they're going to use. Because instead of quest for 6 rings, it's quest for 6 players to fill their roster. And it's not funny because they're injured, but, I just saw that there was 6. I saw the 6 there. They used to say quest for 6, but it's quest for 6 players now to help fill out that roster because of all the injuries. It's unfortunate. We hate injuries. As Ram fans, we know what injuries do to us. Travis says, I think Poona Ford will help. Yes, man. Poona Ford and a better linebacking crew. And then also, too, if our guys, Sean Dolick, Nate Landman's pretty. He's agile for what he is, and he's a veteran. That'll help. Roseboom them started to play a little better too, but Reeder's still there. I kind of didn't mention him too much because I kind of like. I want to see each linebacker to be very active and athletic. But he's still there, so most likely he and Landman will start, and then it's up to Space, who has the inside track, to be the other linebacker, or they'll be interchanging at different situations. Let's see. Love it. Stockton said, "This is not good. Even participating in non-contact practice, that means something real bad." No, that's okay. That's just how they have to start out for him, man. They're just babying him. They're babying him. Tribe says, Eli Apple, Cooper Kupp's whipping boy in the Super Bowl. Stockton says, Devontae doesn't like Garpolo either. Remember when they made up, but also too, it wasn't just Garoppolo. Garoppolo was the quarterback. It was just the Raiders haven't done a lot in a long time, and they've struggled. But with Sean McVay and Devontae Adams is bought in. If Matthew Stafford was to go down, not only would Devontae Adams be upset, so would we. It doesn't even matter who's the quarterback behind him. But Jimmy Garoppolo. Here, let me give you a little taste of Jimmy Garoppolo, what he's been doing. Hold on, and this is just practice. You're talking about practice, but you got to show what it is. Let's see. Shit, I didn't get a chance to label these. Hold on. All right, I think this one. Let's see, which one is this one? Hold on. Let's just go with it. Let's just see which one this one is. Hold on, I think that's the clip for Willie Bowen. Hold on, I'm not going to do that one. Hold on, let me get rid of this real quick. Hold on, guys. I'll set this up real quick. Hold on. I didn't get a chance to label it. And it's funny because our guy, and props to on Twitter, he just him, so props to you, brother. These clips are from him at training camp, and even Grant Cohn said Jimmy Garoppolo learned how to throw a deep ball. Check this out. I think this is it. Here we go. To Devontae. Okay, that wasn't it. Dang it. That's Stetson Bennett throwing a pick, but he makes up for it. And hold on, dang it. So the ball's going to go to Devontae Adams. The guy's harping on Jimmy Garoppolo. Let's see. Where are you at? This might be it. Hey, let's try this one. I got a lot of clips. So I had a chance to label them before the time went.
Manning, but what does that mean? What does that mean?
All I know is the Rams have the draft capital to move up and make a deal like
I got that.
That was Jimmy. So that was one angle. That's Jimmy Garoppolo with the deep pass to Devontae Adams. Guys in his face, and he stood right in there, right? That's all you can do. And then I have the other angle, if I can find it. Let's see. And our DBs are making plays. Let's see. Let's try this one. Let's see if this is another angle. It's the same one. That's all right. Well, we'll come back to that. But Jimmy Garoppolo is playing decent, and he's playing good in training camp, taking over for Matthew Stafford, getting the reps with the ones, and we'll see what happens with that. We'll come back to that. Sean Jacques 42 says Sean McSwoe. Try Willie Bowen. Yes, indeed. Love it, love it, love it. One Cal Rams says, I love what Puka said. You go first, so I don't have to. Yeah, I got that clip too. Yes, indeed. So Cal Rams, how you doing, brother? 88. They're saying the New Jersey is going to be dark blue and not black. Yeah. So that was one of the things that I was going to talk about. To me, a lot of I automatically assumed it was going to be black, and so let's get into that real quick. Let's just get into that real quick here. Let's show you what we're talking about when it comes to the new uniform. And here's the commercial, and then we'll look at it, and then you guys can make up your mind for what it looks like right now. So it looks black, right? And so I even tweeted out something like black jerseys confirmed, and then a lot of people are saying, wait, there's navy blue, right? There's navy blue in the image, in the words. Hold on. And so hold on. And so a lot of people are saying, well, look, I looked at it and I see some navy in there, they have navy blue in there. But you see the yellow pinstriping? I'm saying that you see this here, the black on the outside. I'm saying that that's going to be a black jersey with navy blue letters and in yellow pinstriping. I still believe that. What do you guys think? We can look at it again. But navy blue. So if it's navy blue, is it going to be like that? The yellow, it's just gonna be a darker version of the Rams. It's very hard to tell from what they gave us, but see the pinstriping there with the yellow over the numbers, very similar. The navy blue is a little darker than the jerseys they had for the Super Bowl edition jerseys that we bought during the Super Bowl. But I'm saying like the black, it's going to be black jersey still with navy blue letters, numbers, and then the yellow pinstriping. That's what I think. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. I have another clip here too. See if they, it just has to do with the game to get us all hyped up. Hold on. And they're going to wear that jersey. They're going to wear that jersey they're going to wear this jersey for the November 16th game. That's the one time we're not going to get our new jerseys. Just so you guys know, we're waiting for our alternate jerseys. There's two jerseys that they owe us. We're not going to get them because of this darn rivalry jersey, and we're only going to wear it one time, November 16th. So we got shortchanged. They delayed it and delayed it and delayed it. This is not our alternate jersey. This is Nike. And so they kind of screwed us out of our, but as long as it looks cool, okay, but we're only going to wear it one time. One time. Hold on.
I need to go in that dark place. I need it.
Now you see this here? You see how it has navy blue? I'm saying that that's the numbers. You see how black is in the background? I'm saying that's the jersey. I don't know. We will see, because navy blue is not much difference than the jerseys we have now. We have a royal blue, I believe it's called. Navy blue is not much different. And then you say midnight. Do you think of blue when you say midnight, or do you think of black? Right? So, and then what sells more, black or navy blue jerseys? And so we will see. But see how that has the blue like a secondary color, and then the black is in the background. I don't know. We'll see. That's my guess. I still might not be wrong with the black jerseys. We will see. Let's see. But we did have a similar jersey a while ago, and I don't have a picture of myself here. Hold on. Wearing it. Hold on. I'm going to show you right now. It was very similar to the look might be, but maybe just a more brighter yellow. Hold on. For the Super Bowl edition jerseys that they gave us back in the day, I have my Aaron Donald. I never got my Cooper Cup one. I wanted to get an OBJ one, and so let me show you what I'm talking about. And again, I could be wrong. You know, I'm just my opinion, what I might think. All right. So these guys right here, see that? See, it's got the black with the blue. Now, see, this is a light navy. You can barely see some navy pinstriping in there. So would this just be a solid number? Let's just say I'm right, and they're going to be black jerseys with navy blue, midnight navy, darker letters, and then have see the Aaron Donald yellow, that Aaron Donald pinstriping. Maybe a little brighter than that. I don't know what yellow that is because it looks very prominent. That yellow. It doesn't look like canary yellow on that Nike Rams logo, but darker navy here with black, with yellow pinstriping. I don't know. But then now that I'm talking about it live, maybe that's kind of too dark. We will see. Will it be? So if it was navy, it would be navy and yellow letters. I'm not sure how that would look. It'll be interesting to see. You know, it'll be interesting to see. But we had a similar jersey that I'm talking about that maybe it's going to be like that. We will see for sure. But it's been a long time coming. Hold on. Let's see. What's up, Brian Smith? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you. Oh, I got that one already. Yeah, I got to show you that clip too. When I was talking about the woman. Oh yeah, you guys got to look into Carol. My great rest in peace, Carol Rosenblum. How he passed. Troy says Fresno State has a better wide receiver depth chart than the Winers. Man, it's you know, I hate injuries. You know, you never want to make fun of people with injuries, but they're injured. Ayuk is not going to be in there for a while. Demarcus Robinson, Jennings, Pearsall came off of the pup list finally. Collins got hurt with the hamstring, but all of them are like wide receiver threes. They have to have the most deepest room of wide receiver threes in the league. None of them are wide receiver twos. Jennings possibly, but you have to have the star out there. If you don't have the star out there, now that makes him a three because he's not that guy by himself. You know, if you roll the defense over to him and watch him, and there's nobody else really to worry about, he's not going to do anything for them. Brock Purdy, he'll make some plays because Brock Purdy's scrambling around and maybe hit somebody because some time went by and the guys got open. But we will see. ESG says we start out with the Texans at home and then Philadelphia at their place. Man, they have it circled. The Texans game, is that a trap game? Even though they were good the year before, they had a down year. They had injuries, but we're looking for Philly. That's what I mean. We're focused on Philly. We got to take that first game. And hopefully we get out unfazed, unscathed, sign of the cross, knock on wood. And then we'll be healthy for the Philly game. And hopefully Alaric Jackson's be in there playing for both. But Kobe Turner's already said they have that game scheduled. Douglas says, that was a false start by Kyrene. Brad Holmes says, left tackle's out too far, right? They got to make up for Alaric Jackson not being there. One color says Eller all day, every day. Yes, indeed, baby. FSU, love it. How you doing, Rudolfo? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you. Sagner says, let's not forget Garoppolo is old. Let's see. Garoppolo is old and has battled lots of injuries, man. It's hard to not be scared of this shit running out, ruin our season. And QB and right tackle injuries right out of the gate. No bueno. Left tackle. Are you talking about Alaric Jackson? Horns up. How you doing, Rio? Appreciate you, brother. Yes, she said DA versus bad all day. Yes, indeed. Stockton says the two most important positions, QB and right tackle. Left tackle, you mean? We are going to stress it on both right now. Yeah, no, I understand. Hold on, let's see. But it's still early. Guys are going to be coming back. We don't have any, knock on wood, season-ending injuries. And let Sean McVay let us give us some news about Alaric Jackson, and then we'll get to Stafford. Let's see here. Okay, so this is going to be either Alaric Jackson, I didn't label it, forgot, or Matthew Stafford. Talking about either each one, or the other one. The other video I had was on Puka Nacua.
Little update on Matthew. He's doing really well. We've got a good plan in place. We are going to still take some more time with him, though. Nothing that's changed in terms of the setback. I probably spoke a little bit too soon, but the ultimate goal is Houston and being mindful of that. So we'll take it a week at a time with him. So I did want to be able to, let you guys know about that based on sitting down with Reggie and with Matthew and talking with Dr. Watkins. Feel like that's the smart thing to do. A week at a time with him.
So that's the Matthew Stafford video, and then let me see if I have the Alaric Jackson one. Let's see if this is it. Let's see this one.
Awesome. He's a great communicator. He's got great command. He's got the ability to elevate people. He's got a great feel for attacking the football. He got another punch out today.
So this is Nate Landman. He's talking about lane dive, I'll show you that punch out. So let's just go this way. This is Nate Landman.
Awesome. He's a great communicator. He's got great command. He's got the ability to elevate people. He's got a great feel for attacking the football. He got another punch out today. But I just like the way that this guy's got a great vibe. He's just got some natural leadership traits and communication skills where he understands what's going on from an all-22 perspective. And I think when you're talking about a guy that's at that inside linebacker position, it's key and critical, and he's done a great job leading the way for that group.
So Nate Landman is reportedly, he has the green dot, which means he's the one that calls the defense, and he's the leader of the group. And he's a veteran, and he's just been all around making plays, and he's punched a couple of balls out. And so that's all we can ask of our linebackers is making also too, not just making plays, but getting turnovers. Let's see. Here we go. Check this out. Here, let me re-tee this up because it's kind of jagged here. Here we go. And do this again. Here we go. And you love how they post videos and there's no audio, but sometimes they record like that. But anyway, so that's just gives you an idea. Making plays, punching balls out. At least we have a linebacker that knows how to do that. Not bad. So, that's one thing that's really nice about having a veteran linebacker. And, the young guys learn from that and they feel comfortable guy like that. Let's see. And then here's our defensive backs. So our defensive backs, in my opinion, they're not getting credit that they should. We got Cam Kitchens, got McCullough. We got really good players. Witherspoon is back. The Land Shark. We got a lot of good depth. Forbes. We'll get to them in a second as far as talking about them with JB. But check out here, DB's making plays, baby. I think this is the Stetson Bennett interception, maybe. We'll see which one it is. cue this up. Here we go. So tip balls. Tip balls. We could use a tip ball against the Philadelphia Eagles. But yeah, so that's really good. Guys are making plays, running around, doing their thing. Love it, love it, love it. Stockton says, okay, well, it is what it is. I guess no choice but to move on. Yeah, well, we'll be okay. I understand, though. We have to keep an eye on it, man. I'll be the first one to call you. You know what I found out? But yeah, it's not the way that we want to start for sure. One kind of says, would be fresh still rocking full horns. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. Rubio says, I just hope that they get it right. Yep. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I want to talk about, thank you for bringing that up. So Arch Manning will look good in Rams jersey. So I tweeted this, because the Rams don't have the highest of pick, because we have our own number 1 pick. And then we have the Atlanta Falcons, which people are saying that they're going to play very good this year. They're going to be a playoff team, which I'm not buying it. I think they might just barely miss the playoffs, or they might not even make the playoffs and we still get like a top 5, top 10 pick, because we have their number 1 pick, right? So could the Rams be, and it's not even a guarantee that Arch Manning comes out, but could the Rams be playing possum and saying that we want Arch Manning, because there's about 3 other good draft prospects coming out in this draft. And could we say that we want Arch Manning, and then we want one or two? We can roll with the other 3 or 2 of the 3. We could be playing possum, because we would. Arch Manning is the name, and all that stuff. He may not even come out, but it's kind of early for rumors. Rumors have been coming around, and our guy GM. Les Snead, has visited over there. He kind of talked with him. He kind of knows the family, and but so we'll see. We're in the driver's seat. It just depends on where our draft pick is. But there's other quarterbacks. Even if we don't get him, we'll be just fine with. Rubio says midnight blue is darker than navy. There you go. So it could be the jersey. I'm saying I believe that the new jersey is going to be black with the dark colors and the yellow trim. But we will see, man. We will see. I just automatically thought it was black, but now you guys have me thinking it might be that navy blue too. Navy blue jersey. Noxium says, could it be midnight navy? Oftentimes it's mistaken for black. That's what they were saying, because and again, my the picture that I have here is, it's got that dark navy in there, and that's about jerseys they had in 2001. The one I have is with the black jersey with the numbers, with the blue numbers. But see, I picture like the numbers being like this with the dark navy, and then the dark the yellow around the numbers, and then the black part would be the jersey. The instead of hold on, my connection. Let's see if am I back? Okay, look, like I said, connection was lost. Okay, so we had a black jersey already, like I showed you, but the blue was a little lighter. Could it be like that? And with the yellow pinstriping like this, a little brighter yellow pinstriping. I don't know. We will see. We will see, man. It's very interesting, but it does suck though. It does suck that we've been waiting for. There's 2 jerseys that they still owe us. Our alternate jerseys. We've been waiting for them. They put it back. Okay, fine, yes. And but because they came out with this rivalry jersey, Nike, we lost our alternate jerseys this year. Les Snead, or not Les Snead, Kevin Dunlop said, no, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait because they're having on this jersey. So I'm like, and then we're just gonna wear it for one game against the November 16th game against the Seahawks. So that's the only thing that sucks. I mean, let's just say the jersey was all world. We get to wear it one time. We get to see him wear it one time. But whatever, it's fine. It is what it is, man. There's more things to worry about, like Matthew Stafford's back and Alaric Jackson's blood clots. Winkler says, "Oh, Rudy, I was at work, turned on break. What the F is going on with that whack hat?" I know, man. I listen, everyone has their own likes. For me, it's not what I was looking for. When I finally come out with my, like, for instance, let's say that I get a stitched hat like this. Would you guys like it? Look, let's say that's a black hat, and I put a Remelia on it right there. I take the sports. I'll put the sports on the side, the sports report. I'll have that stitched up in the front, just the top of my head. Okay, so that would be like a first vision of what I would like to have a hat, or even if it's not stitched, some of it's stitched and some of it's screen, however they do it. But I would like to have stitched everything, my stuff. But this is what he's talking about when it comes to that hat. And so, and again, some people like it, some people don't. There's a couple of hats. The one at the training camp, and then the one that they're showing, this one with the two bananas. I don't know what the heck is going on with that. It looks okay because the R, like my guy said, but I just, my buddies are playing Mario Kart 2, and they got the new Switch 2 and the new Donkey Kong Jr., the Donkey Kong, whatever you call it, Banana Blast or whatever you call it. And then I saw somebody that mocked up those two half crescent moons as bananas, and I can't unsee it now. But I mean, it's that's okay. But then the other thing, and also too, when it's new merchandise, you're just so amped to get it. You want to get something different, something new. Then they show the merchandise at training camp. Do I have the hat? I don't have the hat, but there's a hat that has this R on it. Let me show you. See that R? That's a decent shirt, the Royal and Soul, but that R is on a hat. So I don't know about that. I like the logo. There's a snail logo. My guy Stockton doesn't like the logo, but that R is on the front of the hat. So I don't know about that either, but to each their own. Everyone has their own, their own opinions and likes. But that's all. Jacques Dillon, how you doing, brother? Rudy, how you doing, bro? Appreciate you coming in. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Rubus says, whiners already whining. Rubus says, porn star Jimmy isn't a bad option. No, he's a very good backup. Listen, do we want him as our starter? No. Can he spot start here and there? Yes. Do we want that? No. But also, too, Stetson Bennett's doing his thing. The guy's yoked out this year. He's I'm going to see if I have the first Stetson Bennett. I think this might be a touchdown Stetson Bennett one. Maybe there's one where he threw a pick from an earlier from a day before, and then there's one where he threw a nice touchdown pass. Let's get this one here. Let's see. I think this might be the touchdown. So no, that's Jarquez Hunter. Now remember, that's our speedster running back. That's okay. We'll just roll with it because I don't have these earmarked and labeled. So that's Stetson Bennett. Yes, that quarterback. That's why I went with it. And then that's Jarquez Hunter, the speedster. He's not really showing speed because they're not all in pads. They're just in shorts. Remember that. But it gives you a little taste of. I've been looking for clips like crazy of Jarquez Hunter using that speed. But here we go. Here's just a clip of him running. So that's just a little clip of Jarquez Hunter running, but he's got speed to burn, man. That's one of the things that separates him from our other running backs is the speed that he has. That's not a great because they're kind of going, half fast, Let's see. I'm just going to roll these clips because I'm trying to find the Stetson Bennett one. Let's just roll with this one. Here we go. Let's see.
The Manning, but what does that mean? What does that mean?
All I know is the Rams have the draft capital to move up and make a deal like
So that's Jimmy. Let's just run through these clips because I'm determined to find that darn clip. So apologize. I didn't have a chance to label these clips that I have. This might be Stetson Bennett, either the interception or touchdown from the other day, or the other angle of Jimmy Garoppolo's touchdown. Here we go. Okay, so that's the other angle of Jimmy Garoppolo's touchdown. I believe. Oh, anyway, let me pause it here. Let's get this set up. Here we go. No, that's okay. So that's Stetson Bennett. Yay! Okay, so Willie Bowen. This is why I wanted to set this up. This is for you. This is your guy Xavier Smith. Xavier Smith catching the ball from Stetson Bennett. Here we go. Sorry for pausing it again. Here we go. Thank you. And he just tossed it. He just sidearmed that, That was a nice throw. He just sidearmed that. That wasn't even a big deal. So that was nice too. Let's see if I have the other angle for Jimmy Garoppolo while we're at it. Now that I see where the clips are, maybe I can just find the Jimmy Garoppolo other angle one. See. Let's do let's do this clip. Okay, cue this up. There you go. So that was a Stetson Bennett pick. And I think that was Landman. I didn't see the number, but that was a bad pick, but then he threw a good pass. So that's what training camp is for. But yeah, we don't want any of that stuff. Let me see if I'm going to find Jimmy's clip. If not, we'll go on something else, but let's try this again. Let's see. Here's that one. I don't see it here. I don't think I have it in here. That's okay. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to Torrey Holt, who was at Rams camp. Really amazing that he came out. Rams legends all over the place. Let's get this clip in here real quick.
Hey, there he is. Hey, man, it's always good to see you. Feeling okay? You look good, man. Appreciate that. Y'all had a football. Great seeing you, man. Great seeing you. How you doing, man? Oh, great.
We'll do that clip again. It gets stuck for some reason. It's okay. For some reason, when I move the screen around, just getting used to Restream. I switched to Restream from StreamYard, and when I move the clips around, sometimes it gets stuck. So that's okay. We're learning in progress, but let's just get that clip one more time.
Hey, there he is. Hey, man, it's always good to see you. Feeling okay? You look good, man. Appreciate that. Y'all had a football. Great seeing you, man. Great seeing you. How you doing, man? Oh, great.
So there it is. Big game. Torrey Holt should be in the Hall of Fame. It's crazy that he's not. Parker Curry says, how you doing, Parker? Appreciate you coming in, brother. Appreciate you coming more often. Appreciate you. Hit the subscribe button and alert so you can come in more often. Appreciate you. Hulk Hogan died on Thursday. Yeah, rest in peace, the great Hulk Hogan. Thunderlips, amazing Hulk Hogan. I grew up on Hulk Hogan, man. For me, that was the golden era of WWF. And yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad. And then Ozzy Osbourne, rest in peace, and Theo from the Cosby Show. It's crazy. Love it, love it, love it. Rubio says, Rudy, you got to play the Hogan thing one time. Rest in peace. Yeah, I know. They'll copyright me. Thunder Lips in the flesh, baby. What's going on there, brother? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The great Hulkster, man. And he still look good, man. He still look good. That's why, our time is never guaranteed. DHP says the high school drama students strike again. I think it's black. I think it's black, and they did not bother to listen to the. Oh, there we go. Listen to any fan. I hope it's the blue and white jerseys they used in the 70s. Yeah, so the black jersey again, he's saying that they're not listening. We want the royal and blue, the old school jerseys back, or a new cool modern version. Marking Pro, how you doing, brother? Rudy, I'm hearing that Humphreys looks really good. Any chance he starts over Alaric Jackson? The only way that he starts is if Alaric Jackson can't go, which for right now, that's a great question. For right now, Alaric Jackson is on the mend. He's working out on the sidelines. He's not training with the regular team, the regular starting crew, but he's kind of easing back. But he is the starter. If Humphreys has to play, that's not the greatest news because he's not the starter. Even though if he plays really good, that'd be great. But Alaric Jackson, we just gave him that big contract. He's our left tackle, but I think he'd be okay in a spot start, but we don't want that. But great question. He will start if Alaric Jackson can't go, though. He's his backup. Brandon, how you doing, Brandon? I'm assuming the Rams trade up for whichever Browns pick is the highest. Yeah, it just really depends on where the Falcons end, because we have their first round pick, but also too, we're not afraid to get a quarterback. We're not afraid to give them another asset. 2 first-round picks, our first-round pick, their first-round pick. Let's say they make the playoffs and theirs isn't very low. We give them 2 first-round picks and another second-round pick, something like that. Swap picks. There's a lot of bullets in the trade chamber for less need. But it's going to be very interesting. Hopefully, we'll have the Super Bowl. Atlanta Falcons won't make the playoffs, and we'll be Super Bowl champions and have a top 5 pick in the draft to go with our other pick. Yeah, she says Blake Corum. Yes, indeed, babe. Blake Corum is going to be a big key to our season. Yeah, she says, I heard it's doing good at training camp. The guys are playing well. Nate Landman's doing his thing. The secondary's playing well. Let's get to JB real quick before I get to the more chats. Here's JB talking about what a lot of people aren't talking about is the depth of the defensive backs, the secondary. Even though we wanted Jalen Ramsey and all that, but here he is, and this is true. We're very deep as well. Got a lot of young guys. Here we go.
Secondary, the safety trio of Kinchins, Curl, and Lake might be vastly unheralded, especially when you mix in McCullough. And the biggest bet the Rams placed on themselves this offseason has to be in the secondary. You got a 32-year-old corner in D. Will, a 30-year-old in Akello, a 4th-year pro in Kobe Durant. I believe it's got a shot to work out well, and even if it breaks down somewhere, come on, Emmanuel Forbes, Darion Kendrick, Josh Wallace, Charles Woods, they got optionality there.
And so I agree with them. We're kind of, we had some breakdowns last year and in the secondary, but they got better. Witherspoon, we took forever to get him back, and we did. And now he's back and ready to roll. The Land Shark, remember, Kobe Durant is in a calendar year, in a contract year. So what happens when you're in a contract year? A lot of times you play the best ball you have, and we've been waiting for him to break out. He had that first great rookie year, but then he had Jalen Ramsey on the other side of him. And then when he was the man, then he kind of was shaking off injuries, and he's made some plays here and there, but not like his rookie year. So he's ready to break out, and that would be the perfect timing, man. How you doing, John? So John says, Rudy, thank you for sharing birthdays for all of our great Rams. I appreciate when you do that. I've been a Ram fan since '68. Love, props to you, brother. Props to you. Let's see. In your thank you, man. I love to do that. I like to bring that to you. Sometimes they come up and I go, oh, shoot, I wish I would have showed that, or my show's not on. But thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, we love our legendary Rams that we grew up with and we watched over the years. Let me bring you an old school clip too. Not quite that old, but who remembers this game? LA Coliseum, Kansas City Chiefs versus the Los Angeles Rams. This is when we thought Jared Goff was the man. Here we go. All right, so hold on. It said it lost my connection. So who remembers this game? Kansas City Chiefs against the Los Angeles Coliseum. And this is when we thought the next 10 years.
Look who it is.
Hold on, I lost the connection. So, like I was saying, this is when we thought Jared Goff was going to be the quarterback for the next 10 years. He was the man during this year, the 2018. Let's see, this was 2018. Here we go. Rams versus Chiefs. Let's just get a little taste of old school, not so old, but a few years ago.
Look who it is. Big Travis Kelce as he guns it into the crowd here at the Coliseum. Oh my, Ebucom! As he tries to work his way in and does his second touchdown of the night. Mahomes winds it up wide open as Hill. How quick was that? 3rd and 11. Goff, ball is out, and Alvin Bailey scores. Wow. The Chiefs take the lead. Play action again with tempo to get up to the line, cranking it up downfield. He wants Woods, who has to come back and die for it. Regains his footing, and it's going to be 1st and goal Rams. Quick to snap it. 3rd and goal. Here comes Ford to the end zone, and it is caught by Everett. 1st and goal, Kansas City. Crossing route, Conley, touchdown Chiefs. They retake the lead. Goff on 1st down. Everett in stride. Wow! Touchdown Rams. Mahomes, he escapes that, then launches it downfield, and it's intercepted by Joyner. And
That was a great game, man. I let it run a little longer than I wanted to, but who remembers that game, man? That game was supposed to be in Mexico City. There was a Azteca Stadium. But the field was not any good, so went to the LA Coliseum, and that was an amazing game. And that's when Jared Goff was the man. That year he was, getting talk about MVP season, and then Cooper Kupp went out, and then they started to adjust to him. Cooper Kupp was his security blanket, and when he went out, then Todd Gurley's knee started to act up. He was an explosive. But Jared Everett, that was to me even I'm a Ram fan, so I am biased, but still there was defensive plays, offense to galore, great quarterback play, great catches. It was exciting. It was loud. The Coliseum was loud. Amazing, man. When Kelly Brown says, "Are we reopening Chargers? Are we let's see. Are we redoing Chargers gear? They are not paying rent." Yeah, she says, if the Falcons end up having a good season, I hope Art stays, and then maybe we'll have a chance the following year. Well, even if he does, we can give him a 2nd round pick, but yeah, you're right. That really puts a damper on trying to move to get him. Robert Clinton is blue and yellow forever. Yes, indeed. Blue and yellow, blue and yellow. McLaren says, hell yeah. Chargers are lucky we let them sleep on our couch. Yep, they're sleeping on the SoFi couch, baby. What are they going to do when we put the Fearsome Foursome and Aaron Donald statues there? I love it, love it, love it. Rubio says, this shirt tucks. Some people like it, but I just want something else. That's all. That's all. One Clay Ram says, I've had the OG emblem tattooed in 1980. Love that logo. Yeah, the old snail logo. Is that one you're talking about? Or the other one, with the Ram from the St. Louis Ram one. Saka says, Rudy, what happened to our running backs that was supposed to be so fast? His name was Evans. Oh, he's not there no more. The new guy. Oh, will you talk about Well, no, Evans, he's gone. Jarquez Hunter is the guy now. But that clip didn't show his speed though. And also, you don't have a clip of the Niner fan. I don't. You know what? I did get a chance to upload that. But besides the Niner fans on that queue, guess who else likes to come to Rams training camp? I think Stocky, you sent it to me, right? Of a Niner fan at the Rams camp, right? Well, here's another one. And then you hear the guy in the background. Well, he wants to come and see a winning team for a change. Hold on.
When negative energy enters the room, get this Raiders fan out of here.
That's funny. What did he say? Monday, a Niner fan, next day, a Raider fan. Oh, man. But it is weird, though, because I don't know. I mean, I know that there's a lot of fans of different teams in Southern California, especially the Raiders. You know, they were here in Los Angeles when the Rams were in St. Louis. But really, you're going to come and see the Rams? Like, I don't know if a Ram fan would go see the Raiders. But then also, too, there's nothing wrong with wanting to see a Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. In this case, Matthew Stafford would have been out there. Maybe get something signed. Maybe that's it. Now that I think about it, maybe he wants to get something signed for a family member that's a Ram fan. So props to him. But everyone's welcome. We're just having fun. Jack Ford says, "This is cool, bro. I have love it." GHP says, remember the Rams gave us that fugly bone color that fans used to wear because I hate it. Yeah, like I said, to each their own. Like I almost bought one because it was different, and some people like it. That's okay, here's an example. Like some people would buy like a green sweater, a dressy sweater, like a dressy vest. But I would never buy a green dressy vest. That's just my, I wouldn't do that. That jersey's a little different. It kind of looked like to me that it was missing something. It got the little skinny stripe on the side. I don't know. Big game deserving Canton. He does too. London Fletcher does too. Henry Eller does too. Yes, indeed. Jock 42 says Black Sabbath, Hulk, SMH, sad week. Yes, it is, man. Yes, she says Hulk Hogan actually in really bad shape. He was in hospital. Yeah, he's got so many surgeries and all the stuff over the years, but it's just like our childhood growing up, man. It's just it's just crazy. Here's the Alaric Jackson clip. Hold on. It just showed. Oh, it's okay. It went away. Let's see. Here's Devontae Adams giving our guy Puka Nacua great praise, man. And Puka Nacua's got a reputation for himself. And let's do Puka first, and then we'll get to Devontae Adams, both giving each other flowers. Here we go.
I've asked Devontae to lead our position group, drills. There is a respect for him to come in saying, I don't want to push you out of the way or to try to take your spot and be like, oh, I should be up there number one. But it's something that I have a huge amount of respect for his game, and I'm blessed to be able to around great people like Coop and to have Devontae come in. So also when I was in the front, I was like, I'm trying to sprint as fast as I can so I can turn around and watch him. So I was like, hey, I think you'll make my job a little bit easier if you just go first. So.
There it is. He's talking about Devontae Adams, and for sure. And then we'll get to Devontae Adams right now. Leon Claiborne, how you doing, brother? We need Jordan to unleash this season. He looks good, man. He's one of the standouts in camp so far in OTAs. And but yes, indeed. Thank you for coming in, Leon. Come in more often, brother. Hit the subscribe and like button before you go. Come in more often. We're going to do a lot of fun things this year. We're going to do a lot of trivia and just talk about everything Rams, NFC. And just have a good time while we're here, man. Good to see you. Let's see. And then let's get to this clip real quick with Devontae Adams giving Puka Nacua his flowers. He's heard about Puka Nacua from around the league, one of the great wide receivers, up-and-coming wide receivers, and he's everything and then some, and he wants to learn. Here we go.
Do you know this time last year, you were telling me how much you respected Puka's game. What is that dynamic like now that you get to be with him?
I feel like if I respected him, like I don't even know what to call it at this point. And it's a lot of it is, I mean, it's obviously what I've seen before from what he can do on the field, but just him as a person, him as a young receiver, just being an open vessel and truly like the look in his eyes, like when I'm talking to him, it's like literally I can just see him just receiving the information and really trying to process it to do, good things with it. And that's all I ask for in a young player, especially one that has the potential like what he has, is just maximize it. And if you have somebody like me who's done it a different way and studied it different and got a couple tricks of the trade that can maybe help you to where you don't have to bump your stub your toe as much as what I did, then use it. And he's doing nothing but that right now.
And so that's just really cool that we have the Rams wide receivers, as great as they have been, from Cooper Kupp all the way through Henry Ellard, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, on and on and on. Great wide receivers of the past, Billy Waddy, Preston Denard, on and on and on. They've never been divas. They've been great players, and it's all about the team. And so that's one of the things that's really great about these two getting along. I really thought that Davante Adams was a different type of player. I didn't think he was the down-to-earth guy that he is. But then again, he was an opponent, so I didn't really like him. But John Barber with the comment of the day, because I went to Ramona High School. The R in the logo reminds me of Ramona High School in Riverside. And then one color says, taper ankles and jump on the bandwagon for the Raider guy. ASG says the Niner fan probably went to the Lakers Summer League afterwards and then ended up at Dodger Stadium. John says, D. Adams is a class act. I'm glad we got him. Yeah, I thought it was totally different. I thought, I am glad to be wrong, like Fonzarelli used to say. When Crown says, let's do a Ramelia feud. Willie is my partner in crime. Love it. That'd be cool. You talk about what we're going to do this year, a game show. We're going to do trivia and stuff and give away gear and stuff. It's going to be cool. Flipper Anderson. Yes, indeed. Flipper Anderson. There's just too many to name, man. Crazy Legs Hirsch and a crazy great man. It's just amazing. You could be an old great grandfather, and there's some amazing Ram team or players that they had back. And that's one of the things about the Rams franchise is you can go way back or you can go now and or in the middle. And there's always either a championship team or a team fighting for the championship. Here's a guy, Jared Verse, talking about the time that he unfortunately challenged Aaron Donald again to the workout. Here he is interviewing at training camp.
Right, then we're going to go back to Aaron with a different mindset.
I'm telling you, he's a psychopath. I need like another off season to get on that.
Okay.
I need like another off season to get on that. That thing was
next off season. Let's do it.
It was so bad. I'm chilling. I'm thinking it's gonna be
that bad. Come on, you're lying. I've heard stories.
I worked out at multiple programs. I worked out with hundreds of people, best athletes in the NFL, best athletes in college. I was the hardest work I've ever done. Not even close. Like them hell days in college.
Yeah.
Couldn't raise a candle to that.
John says, I went to Notre Dame in Riverside, Rudy. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I went to Sierra Middle School, Ramona High School. Steve will says, sure, just like your gear and you're getting remonetized. Well, I've never been monetized. I qualified for it, but I have to go in and delete my videos. Like I have videos with Rocky music in the background and copyrighted stuff that I need to delete. And there's a lot of things that just fun clips with music in the background. I have to go in there and then resubmit it. I'm just lazy to do that. There's so many, there's so many of them that have it. Like when I would open my intro with the LA Ram song, I'm not sure if that's one of the things that I have to get rid of videos. So the monetized thing, I qualified a long time. I qualified in the first 6 months. You have to do a certain amount of view hours. But they submitted that some of those I can't, they won't allow me to go through with that. So that's that. But no, when it comes to the gear, I've been saying for a couple of years, and that's my fault. It is coming. So Steve, so you could be first on the list This will be up and running this season. So if you want to get some gear, Romita Sports Report gear, you're welcome to. It will be coming. But it comes to the monetized stuff. I qualified a long time ago, but I just have to go in there and delete my videos and then resubmit the monetization because you have to have a certain amount of views. And I have like 10 times fold views of my videos. But I appreciate you. But it is funny though, because I've been saying for a while that I'm going to have my gear and I just haven't come out with it. It just hasn't. There was a couple of people that were going to do it for me and it fell through. The deal wasn't as good as I thought it would be, or it just fell through. We ended up moving and the financially it wasn't the time for that, because you got to put in to do it. And so that's why, but it's coming for sure. Rubio says, Rams need to smack the Niners in the face by winning their Super Bowl. Man, listen, that's the goal. The Rams want to win the Super Bowl for sure, but also it's just whipped cream on the topping by winning at Levi Stadium, aka SoFi North. Soccer says, Rudy, you're too lazy. You could be mailing money on this channel. I know, man. I know. And that's not why. Originally, just so you guys know, season ticket holder, I just want to show you guys videos of tailgating and stuff, which I do from time to time. Again, Spectrum, I think it's back. Reconnecting. Okay, I think it's back. Sorry, Spectrum. Reconnecting. So originally my channel was just going to be like tailgating and showing stuff like that, showing clips to the stadium. And then so, you know what, I want to talk to other Ram fans. And so that's when I started doing it. But I get busy a lot. It's hard. I do this. I enjoy this, but it is a lot of work, but I really enjoy it. So like I said, have you seen the new Happy Gear? Yes, I loved it. I was just going to get into that too. There's a busy night tonight. And you guys got to watch that movie. I gotta, it's one thing too that this movie, the first Happy Gilmore, so long ago, but I enjoyed it. Of course, nothing is as great as the original. Most of the time, right? Once in a while, there's something that's just as good, or maybe just a little bit better. Sometimes, usually not, but. Just so many years have gone by, and spoiler alert, kind of not. I'll just say it like this: is I love the movie. It was funny. I was busting up. My lady's like, "What are you watching?" I'm watching the movie. She was supposed to watch it with me, but she got busy. So I said, "You know what? I can't wait anymore." I didn't even watch it the first day I was going to. And where's my? Oh, I didn't put it on here. But anyway, I enjoyed it. But the one thing I didn't like about it is what they did with his wife. That's all I'll say about it. It got her rules. I'm about to watch it. No, it's funny. It's funny. Shooter McGavin is hilarious. There's a lot of what's the word? When somebody shows up, cameos. There's a lot of cameos, but I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. When Color around says, "Hey, brother, startup patriarch, we are here for you." Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. I'm gonna do the gear. I appreciate you, man. Because I do want to get other equipment and also buy gear for us to do that will help out with doing buy a better camera and better equipment so we can have a better viewing for you. And also to buy gear to give away and stuff, for sure. My guy Derek Cronin, how you doing, brother? What up, Rudy? I just got home from umpire. I did 60. Oh, that's awesome, man. Umpire, that's awesome, man. Props to you, brother. Appreciate you. And also too, I haven't contacted you. I'm so sorry, but I do have. I do want to ask you something, so I will contact you tomorrow. Okay, for sure. I wanted to ask you about something. Appreciate you, David. Yep. I really liked it too. Yeah, I loved it. My guy G's Nuts, how you doing, brother? I liked it. It's funny as hell, especially when I watched it the second time. Yeah, that's a game. I mean, I just love it. It's just amazing. G's Nuts. Isn't it crazy how many years have gone by? Oh, so check this out, guys. So we used to, Stockton even said, Rudy, you should do a channel too where you do movie review, because I have the AMC thing, you know, and I just like to talk about anything entertaining when movies and stuff. Like I watched Superman. The dog stole the show. I enjoyed it, but I kind of miss Henry Cavill. But you know, it's fine. It was good. But me and my buddies used to, in high school, we used to go watch all these movies, The Naked Gun, you know, Rocky, you know, all the great movies, Goonies. But the Naked Gun movies, the part where he's hanging from the outside the building, Frank Drebin, and he's hanging on the statue, and he's going like this, and his mouth is wide open, and I'll just say it like that, and he's holding out to the statue, and the closer, man, so many funny movies. I can't remember which one that was. I've never laughed so hard. Tommy Boy. The Naked Gun is so special because I was literally like, my side hurt. Have you ever, like, your side hurt and you're falling off into the theater aisle, and my friends were busting up at too. And so all of us are going to get together for the new Naked Gun, not August 3rd. And we're going to go and watch it like the old times. You know, we used to go to Vegas and during football season and do the parlays. You know, one time I won a couple times. You know, you win 4 games and you can win. I think I won like $350, and I bet like $80 or something like that, picking 4 teams. And I almost got another one. I almost won 6 teams. I would have won a whole lot, but it was good times. But time goes so fast, and but it's going to be fun. It's going to be so fun. I'm looking forward to it. Dr. Saber, if you like scary, disturbing movies, there are 2 movies I recommend. Megan is Missing, and Click Goes the Landmark. Oh, okay. The Megan one, we saw that. We might go see that one. The one that's crazy is the one that's like a true story, and the guy's eyes are bulging out. Like you know, certain movies, like I can't get into the clown guy, the white faced clown guy. What the hell's his name? With the black hat on. Shit, I can't remember, but it's just so gory, man. I'm just must be old now. Jesus is just worried about Stafford. Hopefully that, yeah. So thank you, Jesus Nuts. So he's gonna do sideline work for the next week. They were gonna have him back for Monday. He's gonna do some more sideline work. He's a little sore. They're not taking any chances. So the other guys are getting reps, and we expect him to be week to week, but expect him after this full week is over to possibly be in the mix sometime next week. So we'll keep an eye on that. David says, no worries. Do you need? No. I'll contact you, and then but for sure. Then also we can meet up too to hang out and check out some games this year too. I know we've been saying that. Soccer says, but appreciate you. You watch a lot of movies. You should do a movie. Yeah, that's what you were saying. I just said that. How funny. But yeah, man. It's just I just, you know, time goes by so fast, and I gotta tell you guys something funny. So we always joke about that movie, The Crying Game. If you guys have seen The Crying Game, right? And there's we're watching it, and we're like, should we walk out? You know, at this time, we how old was that movie? I think we were just in high school, or just, I don't remember. We didn't have a lot of money, so we're like, man, you know, we were gonna walk out, and so we're watching the movie, and we're like, da, da, da. And then at the end, the guy, you know, spoiler alert, turns out to be the person, the gal, turns out to be someone who she's not, and then we're like, oh man. So now to this day, we're like, you don't know how to pick movies. We don't remember who the one who picked that movie is. Like, you know, I remember we watched a different movie where there was a poster, and we thought it was going to be like Mi Familia, or like, say, Blood In, Blood Out, or like a gang movie. And it had like a helicopter, and there was like a cholo guy, and you know, it looked like it was going to be a good action movie, like an independent action movie. So we went in there, and we're sitting there watching it, and we're like, it was like one of those Victory Outreach type movies, like a low budget, and it was really horrible acting. We were like, and then the car 54 or something like that. There's been a couple times where there's some doozies. Dev Cross says, next Sunday is my birthday. Oh man, props to you, brother. Happy birthday, man. Much wishes, much happy wishes to you, brother. I appreciate you. Jesus says Naked Gun when he was the umpire and everyone waited to call strike funny as hell. Yes, indeed. When he saw what was the name they called him? Enrique Palazzo. Look, everyone, it's Enrique Palazzo. Yep. Airplane. Says the movies I told you are on Prime. Okay, there's a movie too with Eddie Murphy and Eva Longoria too. It looks good too with that other comedian guy. Looks good too. I want to see that. Stockton, don't be mean to my guy David. He's just messing with you, David. Stockton says time goes by fast. Our ride is almost over. Rudy said, "Man, listen, it is crazy." I was thinking about that, and I was just like, you know how you collect stuff. You collect stuff, and then like I got my Star Wars collection. I got my Darth Vader animatronic. You see behind me. Okay, so look, seriously, if you look behind me, in our house we have like 2 different living rooms. My daughter lives in where my office would be, so like my studio would be in the office, but my daughter and my grandkids live in there, so that's fine. I'd rather have them here. So I kind of make my this corner of we have 2 living rooms. One, the family living room, my gal's living room, and right next to the kitchen, and then mine's open next to hers. It's open, like they opened up instead of a doorway, they opened it up. And so here's a front door. And so I have the Slimer, the Back to the Future stuff, Out of Time. That's the hoverboard. Down here, you see the Ghostbusters, the backpack, and then you have the poster, and then you got the Ghostbusters trap, and there's the Back to the Future bag right there, and the hat, Marty McFly, a mini version of the flux capacitor, and then right here behind me you can see the Back to the Future Nikes. And then down on the floor, I have some more traps. And then on the other side is my Darth Vader animatronic. And then across from them is my arcade. You guys have seen it before in the past. And then right behind me where it has this Ram banner is my NFL Blitz. And, it's got Emmitt Smith right there. So I had to cover that shit. And then right here on this wall, I got my Aaron Donald standee mounted to the wall. So it goes so fast. And then right here, you can't see it, I have my T2 arcade machine. And then right here, I'm looking where my lights are. I got the Rams championship belt that this fell off of the side. The WWF belt, the one mini version, a smaller version of the one that they had on the float. Leonard Floyd had around his waist. And Super Bowl poster right there. And then over there to that hallway is my lady's office. So, but I was talking about that because all these things you can't take with you. I'm going to have to leave them to somebody. Oh, man. No, he knows, Stockton. I'm joking with David. Yep, happy birthday. Yep, he knows. He just likes to, what's the word? Mess with, what's the word? The Italian word they say, busting your balls. I'm busting your balls. David says, have a great night. Really appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, David. But yeah, time goes by so fast. I don't want to be a negative Nelly, but it's just, you reflect, man. I've been so lucky. I was able to be around for Fernando Mania, the 89 Rams. When Dickerson, 1983, we drafted him. Moran, Sugar Ray Leonard, the WWF, the golden era of wrestling. Mike Tyson, the 81 Dodgers, 88 Dodgers, the Dodgers now, the Rams coming back to Los Angeles, winning the Super Bowl. I've been very blessed to see all that. I actually got to see Rocky in the movie theaters, Star Wars in the movie theaters. Just crazy. So I can say, Rudy, have you been to Universal Studios? I've done the VIP pro. It's really worth the money if you ever decide to. I was going to, with my Back to the Future stuff in the back, going to that thing they had for Back to the Future and the other things. I was mainly about Back to the Future, but I didn't get a chance to go. But I haven't been to Universal tour, but we've gone to Halloween Horror Nights, all that stuff. I love Universal. We had we had a pass a couple of years ago. Yep, Horror Nights this year. I've been there. It's awesome, man. A lot of walking though. We went to the Chucky one. You're like, man, don't you guys have any trams? A lot of walking. Because buenas noches, mi Ramilia. El Rey for the Ramilia. Yes, indeed, baby. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. So this is the way this world's going with all. Yeah, man, it is crazy. It is crazy. Let's get into another clip. Let's see. Sakna says, hold on. The technology we lived in is the best era. Yeah, man, it really is. I remember I used to have a Sony Walkman. It was a cassette Walkman. It was really thin, but it was double-sided, and you can record from one side to the other. And I let this fool look at it. Oh, let me check that out. He dropped it. Fucking broke the door. And he ain't got no money. That was the stupidest thing I ever did. I was like, I should have been, nah, man. It was like metal. It was like aluminum. It was amazing. I'd never seen anyone like anything like that. I used to, because at that time we had cassettes. All right, let's get into another clip before we get out of here. Let's see. Thank you guys for coming in here, though. Appreciate you guys so much. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. This is a fun clip with Byron Young.
In the same vein, I gotta ask, if you had to sack one guy on this team, who would you pick?
On this team?
On your team.
Wait, like anybody can go play quarterback?
Yeah, anybody can go play.
I like this.
Anybody can go play quarterback, and you can go get him.
Jared.
I knew that was gonna be
Jared, because like I want to know what he's gonna say afterwards. Like I gotta hear it. Like he's still gonna be talking trash, but I love it though. But definitely it'll be Jared, cause he feel like he can play every position already. He feel like he can play tight end, quarterback. Like he just said, put him back there. So okay, bet, put you back there. Let me sack you. See how that goes.
Those two bookends, man, Byron Young and Jared Verse, Fisk and Kobe Turner, Puna Ford in the middle. Woo! Tyler Davis, big Tyler Davis, number 90, shades of who's doing that. Oh, I didn't get a chance to put it today about, I put it in my community post about that the defensive line for a week stayed training with Aaron Donald's old trainer. And he does that, what the heck is it called? It's a technique that of like defensive hand movements. Let me get his name real quick. Hold on. Let's see. Do I have it here? Hold on. It's Crave MAGA expert Al Pooty Carter, I believe is his last name. Carson, Al Pooty Carson. So the defensive line, and we'll get into that more on my next live on Wednesday, 7:05. There, it's with hand movements and getting guys off balance. It's like a fighting technique, but they use it to get quickness and calf MAGA. Thank you, Jacques 42. The guy who's taking advantage of that right now is Tyler Davis. The other guys too, but Tyler Davis, look for him to be an eye opener. But this defensive line is not messing around, baby. It's the modern version. I say this not lightly, of the fearsome foursome, because you just run these guys out and they're right in there. So I'll bring that to you guys in some clips. This is when Aaron Donald, the guy that he was training with when he had knives and shit, and Aaron Donald was doing the Bruce Lee hands and stuff. It's amazing. Get your guy off balance, take advantage. It's going to be amazing. Naxium says, you got to check out Midsummer Scream. Yes, indeed, baby. They have those car washes too. Those scary car washes. I wanted to do that. Take my my nieces and my lady to go check those out. Brian looks healthy. Yes, they do, baby. They're chomping at the bit for that first game against Philadelphia, the rematch. That's why I'm saying I don't want the Texans to be a trap game, because not that they would overlook them, but when you have Philly the next game, you're like, oh man. But yes, indeed. So we'll see you guys again. Remember, Sunday and Wednesday, 7:05 always. We'll see you guys here. The next live will be 7:05 on Wednesday. Hopefully we'll have some information on Matthew Stafford throwing some darts at practice back on the field. And appreciate each and one of you guys. Love each one of you guys. As we always say, may the Remelia be with you. And Remulators, mount up. See you guys Wednesday night, guys. Appreciate it.